I do want to draw attention to the absurdity on your block clock right now. Be sure you don't miss it before the message leaves, but it's a very P message to say the least.
No. It's just the price, bro. It's just the price.
This came across me. I was just reading this while we were in said staff meeting. Sorry, Pete Rizzo, but the U.S. savings rate has officially fallen. Chris, I'm so sorry that I didn't send you this graph before. My bad on that. But it is now down to 4.4%, marking the lowest level since 2009. I find this very, very interesting given some of the rhetoric coming out of DC from both Jerome Powell, Janet Yellen, and even out of the White House, making claims that U.S. savings has been increasing steadily. This is just blatantly false. The numbers show it. Feel free to pop on over to Twitter where I've point blank shown you that they are lying to you about the total savings rate of the country. I think this is a very, very, very strong signal that a recession is looming and they do not want to cause a stir. I'm curious for both of you, like how much are you guys saving more? Do you find yourself spending more? Of course, versus 2 years ago, everyone is spending a lot more because, you can actually go outside now.
I think I'm saving about as much as I did 2 years ago. The most boring answer ever. Uh, I'm a pretty frugal person. It takes a lot for me to be willing to you know, drop bills on some random thing. So I'm a bad person to ask here. Chris, how many jet skis have you purchased recently?
I'm still at a -2 jet ski, so I owe someone a jet ski, but don't have any myself.
Wait, I
Um,
thought we paid off the one that we crashed in Miami. How did you get down to -2?
I don't want to talk about it, Q. You and I crashed one. I got another one. So no, completely kidding. No, I felt like when I was really getting to Bitcoin, it was kind of like the scarcity. Like I need to get as much into it as possible. And while I still think I need to sell my shares and stuff to buy more, I guess I don't want to say it's not as panicked, but I just a lot of the free cash flow or assets that were not as productive, I was able to sell and put into Bitcoin. And now I'm kind of DCAing, just keep doing what I'm doing. So yeah, that's pretty much, I live day to day. I'm like very much like P. I don't live above my means. So cover my bills, sweep the rest of my cash flow into Bitcoin, and it's kind of working for me.
How much have you been spending? Like I see you posting about your rabbits. I see you posting about your elephant dick. You're clearly spending more money. Why are you not humbly stacking sats in a period of US history when it
Look,
is necessary?
I feel a moral imperative to bring Bitcoin to as many people as possible, as rapidly as possible. And, my rabbit based mining system is part of that message. No, man, you gotta like within everything I just said, like you gotta maintain a quality of life, which to me is like a cardboard box and maybe like an air mattress, but also having animals that you care about and that you want to see thrive, and not having them inside your house where they shit everywhere and pee in the corners and stuff. Like those are important things for Bitcoin. And so no, that rabbit hutch is dope. I built a prototype, and then that was one that we actually had a friend made for us, and it's nicer than the first apartment that I lived in for these rabbits. It's a tractor too. It's designed to be dragged across the ground, so they like fertilize the ground around them. But yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna get some miners in there, use it to heat during the winter. It's gonna be dope. If you check out my Twitter, you can see one of the top posts is a video of our rabbits in this glorious rabbit mansion, an outdoor one that will be heated by ASIC exhaust. Uh, let's talk about news and notes, though. There's a story that we've talked about around Chipotle, if you are, ignorant, and
Chipotle.
supposedly adopting Bitcoin as a payment system, but there's some issues around this. Q, can you give us the deets?
Yeah, in short, they're not. You essentially have to download some like backwards ass app that will force you to deposit your Bitcoin. And fun fact, you'll never be able to withdraw or spend it. But look, it's interesting that this news is getting stirred up. I think what's the most telling is Bitcoin, in as far as through the public lens, is a free marketing tool. Every single business that has ever adopted Bitcoin makes a big deal about it. Where? On Twitter, because that's where Bitcoin Twitter is. That's where a majority of Bitcoiners are. And we are very responsive in a positive way when a business opts into the Bitcoin network. Chipotle has not released any statements as such. I'm curious if they ever will. But like in theory, this should be a piggyback off of Mahler's announcement from Bitcoin 2022. Chipotle was on the short list of companies that use the payment processor that Strike and Jack had partnered with. So we're not too far off from being able to go buy your overpriced rice and bean bowl from Chipotle with some sats. But at the same time, like, they'll announce it. Don't fall for a scammer here or there. My 2 cents on it.